This is bullshit. I can't believe this shit. Brago was f***ing right. Brago was right. God damn it!
If you haven't read a new chapter, leave now. Leave now if you haven't read a new chapter, because I will be talking about the new chapter. Not in depth, but just basically going through and breaking down a sequence of events over the past 3, 4, 5 days, okay? Because it's been a roller coaster. Last chapter came out, One Piece chapter 1068, and I said that, okay, Rob Lucci versus Luffy, iconic matchup, iconic fight, in my opinion, the most iconic fight in One Piece. Rob Lucci being back, Oda is not going to squander this. Oda will not. Let me play a bit of what I said, because there's a lot of people who think that Rob Lucci should not stand a chance against Luffy, meaning getting clobbered and demolished immediately, while there are others who think, well, hold on a second, let's give him a chance. I'm on the side of, hey, hold on a second, let's give him a chance, but we gotta be real with ourselves. Rob Lucci, based on how strong Luffy has grown, should not stand a chance, which I don't think he does, but we can't write him off that quickly. And what has Rob Lucci done? Huh? A promotion? You think just getting a promotion is just gonna automatically make you stronger, Rob? Well, some people may not have read Rob Lucci's cover story and what happened after Enies Lobby. Again, this is not specifically about how strong Rob Lucci is. It's about what's most likely to happen. I think in One Piece we get caught up sometimes with this character's here, there's no way this character stands a chance. But there have been several times in the story, especially involving Luffy, in which certain circumstances can be overcome by, well, certain circumstances. There have been multiple times, multiple instances in the story where Luffy is severely much more powerful than an opponent, but the opponent is able to accomplish their goal, even in the midst of Luffy being there. Or even if it's straight up combat, they are able to overcome Luffy because of certain circumstances. But him getting completely overwhelmed here, I think there are a few issues with that. And here are some of the issues. One, if Luffy completely demolishes Rob Lucci here, why did you bring him back? And one thing I have perceived from the Egghead arc so far is that Oda is dropping a lot of very interesting things, a lot of interesting beats as opposed to what we expected. Even the existence of the Seraphim screams interesting. Luffy completely clobbering and annihilating Rob Lucci here does not scream interesting. And again, that's not the point, because we're talking about how strong they are, but sometimes in One Piece, how strong you are does not really matter. Circumstantially, what matters? What is beneficial for the story at this point? Luffy was bested by a poo for a while. Ulti was forcing Luffy to go to Gear 4. And yes, I'm well aware of the several power-ups Luffy has gone through since that point. He's a completely different monster now. Still had Rio, still had Future Sight. Those things alone should overwhelm Ulti in his base form, but it didn't happen immediately. It's just that things happen sometimes. And we think Rob Lucci, the most iconic character in regards to Luffy's matchups so far. When we think of Luffy's best fights outside of Usopp, I guess, we look at Rob Lucci as a person who really pushed him the furthest. And Rob Lucci has gone through a transformation on his own in which he had his own character arc. Where does it go? We don't know, but it has to go more than just Luffy overwhelming Rob Lucci, right? So I said some of that. I made that video. It was called Goodbye. Needless to say, some people were upset. Some people were not happy with me. Let's read some of them together. Definitely had some people agreeing with me, like QB Naruto 87. Brago's being delusional. Luffy's not winning by himself, maybe with the help of Seraphim, but never one-on-one. User says, in my opinion, Brago is pre-coping like he always does to justify a close fight if Oda draws it like that. That way he goes against the community when we say it is a mistake on Oda's part. Logic out the window. Y'all leave to 9377 say, I think you're giving Lucci too much hope. I don't even think they're gonna fight. My guy Unexpected Wonder says, I love Luffy, but Rob Lucci is no scrub. I don't get this shit. Luffy hasn't mastered Gear 5th. Lucci should be awakened. He may possess Conqueror's Haki. There are advanced Rokushiki techniques. Who knows what he's rocking with observation armor and Haki? I could say so much more. Wonder, we're on the same page. El Hey 4350 says, Yonko should not be disrespected, especially one who has shown how monstrous he is. Luffy has to destroy Lucci, or at least show us superior swag. Slick Ricky 769 says, I'm expecting Luffy versus Bellamy here, but with Lucci instead. Christopher Kozica says, I can't wait for Lucci to get Bellamy in 1069. Nah, you're watching One Piece wishing it was Two Piece. Your opinions are hella shit. Bro, B.D.A doesn't get tired of holding L's? So you're probably wondering what's going on. What happened? So what happened was, spoilers came out yesterday or the day before, and I got spoiled from a spoiler, believe it or not. And the spoiler said, Luffy got knocked out by Gear 5, or rather, Rob Lucci got knocked out by Gear 5. One shot. Saw it on TikTok. Blew my day because I reacted to chapters of my people on B.D.A. on that other channel. So I was really excited to react, and it kind of took away from it, but people were saying, hey, that isn't everything. Just wait and see. I made a video about it. Let's go to that video. Loading Tay 8034 says there's no way he actually thought Lucci was doing something, right? And shout out to my people, because I went back now and looked at the video or the comments, and a lot of people were saying, cheer up, don't worry about it. The spoilers are wrong. You're okay. So it was a lot more positivity in the comments. There's some people like, I'm happy you got spoiled, etc. You're blocked now. More people were just concerned and uplifting. So shout out to you guys. I really appreciate that. That means a lot now looking at it, because I didn't look at any comments after that. That was the roller coaster. I made a video about Rob Lucci 4 or 5 days ago. I made a breakdown with my guy Sai, and we talked about how Rob Lucci should not get one shot. I got spoiled saying Rob Lucci got one shot by Gear 5. It comes out, I just read the chapter, and basically Rob Lucci did not get one shot by Gear 5. Actually, Rob Lucci put up a very good fight considering that's Gear 5. You can watch it after this in regards to my reasons why it would not make sense for Rob Lucci to get one shot. It would be silly in so many aspects. Either way, in this chapter, because we're not going to cover the full chapter here, considering the translations, they're a bit wonky, and even with devil fruits and everything, so I can cover a bit here. Luffy and Rob Lucci, they're about to fight because Luffy is mad because he knocked out Atlas, who's somebody who fed him. And we know Luffy can be about things like that. So the thing here, what I loved about this chapter is that they understand that Luffy's a Yonko now, and that you cannot really fight a Yonko without permission. Rob Lucci knows this, but he really doesn't care. And again, I'm going to keep this chapter or this video more so to Rob Lucci and Luffy, because the story beats, we're going to get into that tomorrow once some more translations come out. Rob Lucci's also awakened. He has a new form, and his sash, the black flame around him, that's very reminiscent to Yamato, Luffy in Gear 4th or even Gear 5th, and Kaido in his dragon form. Now we're asking, well, okay, I'm not going to go too far into that, but awakening, we have some more questions to be talked about, but it is interesting. Rob Lucci is awakened. Now the fight with Luffy, it was for the most part even, but Luffy in Gear 5, I got to talk to you guys about that, because what I'm just asking is Gear 5 going to be the new default move when Luffy has to fight someone that's fairly powerful? And give Rob Lucci his credit that he is fighting Luffy in Gear 5 and not completely getting overwhelmed. However, Vegapunk does talk about how devil fruits, and again, I don't want to go too deep into that, how the personality can be taken over by a devil fruit. And I think that's what's going on here for both Rob Lucci and Luffy. Again, for the most part, the fight is even. Gear 5 is as ridiculous as expected. Luffy's falling asleep. Luffy's using his hand to move his head, and he's dodging. Rob Lucci is doing his thing, but Luffy, of course, is winning the exchange, but Rob Lucci's not getting completely overwhelmed. And at the end of the chapter, we even see a new technique altogether. Guys, this is just going to show that people in the story, they're going to grow. People are not just going to stay stagnant. I love what Oda did here, is that he's showing that Luffy or Lucci is awakened, but also being very specific and direct. We were complaining about what happened in Wano about Kaido not being awakened and then not being explained. Well, Oda's saying here, well, you look at it. Is he awakened now? I really enjoyed the chapter, okay? Especially considering the roller coaster of emotions that I went through, where I was like happy, right? Because people were really liking that video. Then I was sad because I got spoiled. Then I'm happy again because it was fake spoilers. So just perfect. And there were people that shitted on me once the spoilers came out. You just gotta eat it. I'm going to put my Rob Lucci video here somewhere so you guys can watch it in retrospect. And also my video I made 2 years ago about Luffy disrespect, how it really isn't disrespect, it's just Luffy being an idiot sometimes and Oda making the story more interesting. This chapter was really interesting, but it's only going to get better from here. And with that being said, full review tomorrow. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.